I've had a number of people interested in seeing a walkthrough of this boat. So here goes. Amateur production, just a walkthrough, quick overview. This is a Bayliner 2452 that's been converted to outboard power. This is just not a slap-on engine and go. This is a proper conversion. Structural supports internally have been added. We'll walk through that whole thing. So first of all, she's an older boat, 2452 Sierra Express. The bottom, we started to blast the bottom to clean it up, and then we've done some sea trials, so it's left some marks on the hull. No big deal, we're going to bottom paint this thing when it's all done. Again, we're still sea trialing this. The last couple outings have been very good balance. The 200 horsepower seems to be on the verge of just enough power. Takes a little bit to come up on plane, but once it's up on plane, it'll move at least 32 miles an hour. Recently added the Tohatsu 3.5 as a kicker, just to make sure, even though we have Towboat US. This is a 1995 200 horsepower Black Max, completely rebuilt. We took this engine right down to the block. In fact, the block is new. The bottom leg is an SEI unit, brand new. The only thing remaining in this is essentially the connecting rods, the clamp here, the mount, and basically the crank. Everything else is new. New pistons, new rings, new block, new everything, new electronics. So here's the bracket that it's mounted on. Mounted in the top hole, and it's perfect. It's about 4 inches above the keel, and while it's running, as you've seen in the videos that we posted, you can see the height there. In the video that we posted, it's absolutely perfect. Now this is a bracket with a flange on the outside. We wanted that because it goes over the hole. The entire hole's been glassed in. We'll have some pictures of that in the video right at the end. Glassed in. We then did a top coat on it. So again, the boat's a little messy. It's still in the works right now. So good looking boat. Didn't disrupt the handling at all. It's had a 305 Mercruiser. Big lump of an engine in it. I'm going to walk up in here. I'll show you the inside conversion. And this is the important part. Now, this is a good layout. It's got a big cabin, full complement of gauges. Got my Garmin GPS unit with room for fishing. Now, it's not a huge fishing deck, but that's not the type of boat that this is. It's got a big enough deck for fishing. It's going to need a bigger cabin. So we added 2 batteries, short charger, twin solar panels charging the batteries, totally redundant. Each panel feeds a separate charger. Each charger feeds a separate battery. There's the 2 batteries mounted in there. Again, this boat has shore power. So here's where the big changes are. Where's that Mercruiser? So I was lucky enough that this boat has a great fuel tank. It's got an aluminum fuel tank. It was sparkling clean on the inside. Looks great. So what we did, we glassed in the transom. The 4 bolts on the bottom are to the bracket. The 2 supports here are welded 1/4 inch steel. This bottom plate is 1/4 inch steel. Welded 5200, bolted through with all 1/2 inch bolts right up to the transom. On the transom there's a custom made bracket here. You can see the bracing here. Again, all 1/4 inch plate, custom welded. I can do a little bit of welding when I have to. All adhered in right down to where the motor mounts are. So all of the force from that engine is pushing through those brackets down into the motor mounts, right into the stringers. Now when we drilled these through, we were also very fortunate to find those stringers are bone dry. So if you're looking to do this, make sure you have a solid setup. There was a little moisture in the transom, not enough to worry about. Got our oil tank mounted over here. Controls coming out here. So here's the steering line and the electronics feeding through this side. Again, all the batteries are kind of tied up there, all the battery lines. So I tried to make it as neat as possible. Now I can stand down in here where couldn't even get in anywhere near it before. On this side, we've got a fuel bulb right next to the tank. Comes up and pressurizes this Parker Raycor filter, water separator, and then it feeds out directly to the outboard. Now I didn't put any quick disconnect fittings because that motor's not coming off. It's staying there. Original trim tabs. So you can see the work that went into that. Again, that was a significant amount of work. We pulled it out. All of that is not only the through bolt, it's all adhesively bonded with 5200. So I left the motor cover. Makes a great step for boarding. Makes a great spot to fish from. It'll climb up on the transom. Looking down, there's our bracket. Put a swim platform on. The swim platform is only there basically for that motor. So the motor will tilt up. It will actually contact the boat, which is a little bit of a problem there, but you can see it on the top there. It'll contact the boat. Not a big deal. You just can't get the leg completely out of the water. So controls, it had a surface mount control you couldn't get at. We tore that out, put a brand new Mercury control. Custom built this little cover here. Pull that cover off, now I can get my arm in there and get at the back of that control. This boat does have a holding tank, macerator, pumps. Pretty nice layout. We put a new West Marine radio in there. Built a custom cover because we want to leave the canvas off this boat. It's too hot with the canvas on. So that cover just covers up the instruments, keeps it from dripping inside and filling it up. And we've got lights, cabin lights, everything works in this boat. The floor was rotted when we bought it, and this is what we did with it. We pulled the rotted floor out, we put Trex under it, adhesively bonded it all to the bottom, and then we put pre-finished hardwood in, so it looks nice. Inside the boat is the front berth. Standard Bayliner 2452 stuff here. It's not perfect. It had some water leakage originally. The original owner had this thing put away basically since for the last 13 years. Dead motor, completely needed rebuilding. But it's got shore power. It's got a stove, has a fridge. We pulled the microwave out. We don't expect to spend much time at the dock. It's got a nice spot to eat here. Your kids can hide underneath. Typical kind of Bayliner stuff. It's not a luxury boat. It's not a hardcore fishing boat. What it is kind of an all-around package for real short money. Now what we had, just to finish this up before I start putting some conversion pictures up at the end of this video, is it sat pretty well in the water, but it listed slightly to the starboard side. So what we did was we added some ballast. Now in here, in the trash can, there's about 200 pounds of concrete. We poured in there, filled up that nice space. It is right down to the hull. It's almost acting like a keel at this point. And over here, at the bottom of this one, we have another 60 pounds of concrete or so. So we have 260 pounds of concrete in this boat. Sits level. It cuts through the water. It really does the job. So we're pretty happy with the conversion. Again, standing headroom in this thing. I'm 5'10". I can stand up in that cabin and not bang my head on anything. So for all of those who are looking for a video, asking a lot of questions, I see there's a lot of interest. People like outboards. People do not care for stern drives, especially if you're going to leave it in the water. This is the result of our conversion. Again, I have no idea how many hours we put into it. We weren't really keeping track. But a fair amount of money. If anyone has any questions, drop me a message, and I'll be happy to answer anything. We'll put up more videos as we take some more sea trials and get this Mercury really broken in. So we've got about 7 hours on it now, and it's run trouble-free. Thanks for watching.